I've been doing this for over 20 years, and I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I can tell you so many of you are self-sabotaging your own success. The reason you're not where you want to be is because of you. Because everywhere you go, there you are. You've got to work on yourself. You can't grow your business. You can't grow a team. You can't grow your bank account if you don't grow yourself first. Is it going to be easy? Obviously not. Is it going to be worth it? Abso-freaking-lutely. Building a massive business that pays you around the clock, that pays you residual income, that gives you total financial freedom. Is that a guarantee? No. Is that going to happen to most people? No. Most people are not going to get rich, period. Not just in network marketing, not just period, but it's possible. And I thrive off possibility. I remember one time there was this guy speaking at a convention. He was saying how, he joined this MLM, this pyramid scheme. And everybody's like, dude, that's a pyramid scheme. What are you thinking? Those things don't work. Only like 1% of the people get rich and become millionaires. And he's like, wait a second, bro. You're telling me I can become a millionaire doing this thing? Like, he had no idea. Yeah, less than 1%, but at least it's possible. Show me a way to make $1 million with a low barrier of entry, low risk, that you can start part-time, spare time around a busy schedule. There ain't no such thing. What I love about this business is it's like $300, $400, $500. What I hate about this business is it's only $300, $400, $500. So people treat it as such. You treat it like a hobby, you're gonna get hobby results. Let me ask you a question. How many of you have hobbies? Because I'll give you an example. I'm playing adult baseball, but I ain't getting paid. I am paying to play. It is a hobby. So if you treat this like a hobby, you're going to get hobby results. But I want you to write this down. Bigger the problems, bigger the paychecks. So the more you work on yourself and you grow your mindset, your skill set, etc., the more you're going to grow your business. Is not get rich quick. It's just get rich eventually. But what I love about a business like this is there's so much upside potential without all the stress of traditional business. Like, I've had people hit me up going, oh, you should start your own MLM. Number one, I can never create a company that's better than the one I'm already in. That's number one. Number two, why would I take on all that risk and responsibility? Ew, that sounds stressful. What we have here in network marketing, I need you to completely comprehend this. You're partnering up with someone that has a vested interest in your success. You're partnering up with a company that has a vested interest in your success. They make the product, they ship the product, they collect the money, they pay the distributors. You don't have to do any of those things, but you have the same upside potential. I can make just as much money. I do make just as much money in my home business with a teeny tiny bit of overhead and responsibility in comparison to traditional business. I'm trying to give you perspective. No more victimhood. No more feeling sorry for yourself. Let me tell you something. I was in the mortgage industry. How many of you were in real estate? I had to show up every day for work, even if I didn't feel like it. I had to show up every day for work, even if the rates were high, the market was crashing, because it was my job. Imagine if you had a schedule. You became a routine machine. You had a schedule where you were like, hey, this is my job. This is my business. I'm going to start treating it like a part-time job where I have to show up. Now, in a business like this, because we are our own boss, you're like, you know what? It's Halloween. You did a good job. Take the rest of the day off. When you take time off, when you don't reach out to certain people, when you don't do your follow-ups, that person doesn't just not join or buy. They just end up joining or buying from someone else, someone that is following up. They're going to see someone else's video. Just because you're not doing videos doesn't mean the people that are meant to see your videos, they're just not going to, no, they're going to see other people's videos. They're going to join other people's teams. I used to like FOMO myself. For me, it worked really well. I don't know how many of you do well with FOMO, right? Like, I was afraid my best friend, Mike Callahan, was going to get rich without me, and I just couldn't have that. But when he started signing up people that we both knew, I'm like, OMG, like, I need to get to these people before he does. And he was my upline. Imagine what I was thinking when there were people in other teams that were talking to the same people as me. Like, I'd have people come up to me at an event and go, oh, I know your brother, or, oh, I know your, whatever. Like, I know you from this, or I know you from that. I'm like, dang it. Like, I could have got that person, especially when they're like a big time producer. They're like walking the stage, sharing their testimonial. And I'm like, I shouldn't have prejudged that person. But again, I was like afraid to not capitalize. Just because you don't follow up with people and you don't close business doesn't mean they're not going to spend money. Just because they tell you they're not going to buy from you doesn't mean they're not spending money. Doesn't mean they're not going to buy from someone else in the same company as you. So you have to get better. Don't be bitter, get better. Don't make excuses, make money. I remember my upline in the first company I was in, she would say, you can make money or make excuses. You can't do both. And so many people become negative Nancy's when things slow down. So no more being weak sauce. Stop relying on promotions and tools. In fact, some of you, your biggest problem is you're overcomplicating it. A lot of people are also choosing to be overwhelmed because they think they need to know about all the ingredients and all the products. They need to know all the things before they do anything. They need to understand the entire comp plan. You do not need to know all the things before you do anything. This is just not true. The purpose of this type of business is, number one, you get to earn while you learn. Yeah, you get to earn while you learn. I'm still learning every day. There's still things, sometimes there's things I forgot, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. So you're earning while you're learning, and on top of that, it's not duplicatable. The average person is going to go, oh my gosh, I can't learn all that stuff, memorize all that stuff. I can never do what you're doing. Remember, when you're talking to prospects, they're thinking, is this real? Can I do it? Will you help me? And if they feel like they need to know everything, explain everything, be a guru, a genius, they need to be super knowledgeable, that's going to be a turnoff. If you just say, hey, look, all I know is I drink this product, I look younger, I feel better, I lost weight, I feel great, better sleep, better, energy, no crash, this, that, the other thing, right? Whatever the benefits are, whatever your personal story is, I save money, I make money, I fired my boss, I did this, I did that. Whatever your story is, when you're sharing your story with people, when you're sharing your personal experience with people, people relate to people. They don't relate to the ingredients and the comp plan and all that stuff anyway. People relate to people. Tell me what it does. Tell me if it's something I can do. Share some details. Don't try to sell me on it, but educate me. In fact, education, write this down. Education is the highest form of sales. You know why I out-recruit everybody for the most part in my company? You know why I out-recruit everybody within my entire team? My global team, I out-recruit them almost every month, definitely every year, because I'm very good at showing up consistently on social media, keeping it real, providing value. And then on the back end, this is where the real work is done. I'm connecting, nurturing relationships. I'm playing the long game. Even if somebody quits my team, guess what? We just had someone just today. She just came back after being gone on a hiatus for 3 years. I had another woman I connected with this morning. She had some serious health issues, and she's like, it's so weird. I was just going to reach out to you. It's so weird you reached out to me because I was going to reach out to you. I'm ready to get my business going again. So I'm always playing the long game. I never quit on anybody. I never give up on anybody. I never treat anyone less than just because they're not making me money today, right now, or ever. Relationships, being a good human, nurturing relationships, working on yourself. Like, be the leader you wish you had if you don't have a great leader. Sometimes people go, oh, my upline doesn't do this. My upline doesn't do that. Like, why do you need an upline to make you scripts, do the presentations, do the group chats, be the leader? This is your business. It's not common that you have an upline that actually reaches out to you, that responds to you, that helps you, that is in the trenches with you. So if you don't have that, great, be the leader you wish you had. If you do have that, tag them and let them know how much you appreciate them and how blessed you are to have them. Because the truth is, I've had great leaders in the past, thank God, especially in those early years, but I've also had some really terrible leaders. They were not good people. But it gave me perspective. I'm actually grateful for them. I know that sounds weird, but I'm actually grateful for the crappy leaders that I had because I learned how not to treat people. So stop getting so easily overwhelmed, easily distracted. How many people are you ATMing today? What about yesterday? What about last week? Are you tracking the people you're ATMing? If you're not tracking the people you're ATMing, you need to get a notebook or a 90-day tracker because we got a follow-up book in the back. But the fortune's in the follow-up. This is not like some silly cliche. This is the truth. Most of the people I sign up, like if you were to go, John, well, who are the 6 or 7 people you signed up this month? People I've been talking to, in some cases, for years. People that have been following me for years. Now, some of them are brand new followers. Some of them have been following me for years. Some of them started off as a customer. Some of them started off as a follower, as a person that was listening to my podcast. They were in another company, but their company shut down or screwed them over or whatever. They were in my organization years ago and they came back. Maybe they were on one of my teams in other companies. The point is, you got to play the long game. You got to master the mundane. KISS. Keep it stupid simple. Keep it freaking simple. If you want to build a multi-million-dollar business eventually, now I know some of you can't even imagine that, and that's part of the problem. You're living in this fear of abundance, fear of success, fear of poverty, Fear of judgment, what other people think about you when they think about you. And the truth is, so many people are worried about themselves. They're not thinking about you anyway, but this is what we're all worried about. We're worried about being embarrassed. We're worried about failing. Fear is false evidence appearing real. But we're trying to do all these things. We're trying to learn all these things and build a following and build a brand and learn TikTok and Instagram. We want to start a YouTube channel. We want to do all these things. We want to have like 3, 4, 5 different Facebook groups. We're putting our new people in chats. It's just like, oh my gosh, it's all this stuff. You don't need all of that. In fact, a lot of the biggest leaders that I know are a lot like me, where they use a notebook for their follow-ups, right? They have like a follow-up book. Still, they physically write down every person they're talking to. They follow up one person at a time on Messenger. They reach out to people. They nurture the relationship. They answer questions. They offer mentorship and advice. When they see someone that's open, someone positive, someone awesome, they pop the question, hey, would you be open to making money outside of what you're doing right now? If not, no big deal. Well, what is it? Great question. I'm going to add you to a group, tag in a video that explains exactly what it is, exactly what we do. And then tomorrow when I follow up with you, I'm going to introduce you to some of my mentors, some of my partners, some of the other people that are on the team that you'd be working with. And eventually you do this enough and you have so many people in your pipeline. You have such a big network of people. You have so many people you have real, authentic relationships with that it's like sales come effortlessly. You know, recruits come effortlessly. Like when people trust you and they like you and they think you're funny or they think you're empowering them or encouraging them or supporting them, you're just a positive force, you're a light during dark times, like people are going to buy from you. They're going to join you because you are someone that they resonate with. You are someone making an impact. And listen, if you're not getting responses, you got to do better. If you're enrolling people that aren't doing anything, you got to get better. That's your leadership. That's your influence.